Hearing Voices, episode 2.1. We have another rider in the car tonight, and we're going to continue with the topic of President-elect Donald Trump. So what change do you see coming from President-elect Trump entering office over the next 2 years, since he has pretty much control of Congress and the judiciary?
I think it'll be interesting. I think a lot of people will think a lot of change will get through, but I don't know. If you look at even with American politics, I don't think as much will probably go through as what is said. I think that's just kind of typically what happens, even with the House and kind of Senate control. I think what will be interesting to see what he does with the tax cuts that is expiring. If he does change the corporate tax rate to 15%, will be interesting to follow. I mean, obviously he probably got elected on his immigration stuff as well, so obviously there is the whole thing with tariffs and stuff that's going on, but I think it's probably going to be more of a negotiation tactic than actual straight tariffs coming in, but I guess you never know. That's the thing with probably Trump and everything, so yeah.
Okay. Are you a U.S. citizen now?
No, still Australian citizen, so.
Okay. So it's nice to hear a foreign perspective on this. What did you think of Trump's first term?
I thought he did some good things. I thought he was probably inexperienced in some areas. I also think probably that he had a lot of, I guess, backlash to him being himself, where not a lot of people probably working with him. So I think hopefully this time around they will change. I think, there are some pretty clear things that will fix up. And I think that's one thing with American politics, is there isn't a lot of bipartisanship. So I thought his tax cuts actually was pretty good. I'm an accountant by trade, so kind of studying that, I thought that was actually pretty good, and I'm glad that he probably did get re-elected for the sake that will probably continue. I think there's some good stuff to go through, and I think some of his ideas are pretty good, despite his character being a little questionable, that's for sure.
How did the Democrats lose?
I think they kind of lost faith of who they kind of are. They were the working class kind of party, and I think they've gone away from that. I think even Bernie Sanders said it basically straight away, that they've become a party of elitists, and I think their progressive agenda was probably had gone too far. And I think that's the good thing with democracy, is sometimes if you do have a party that pushes too far, they'll kind of reset and bring in another party. But yeah, I think they just I think Kamala was unable to separate herself from Biden, and I don't think a lot of Americans knew kind of what she stood on things, and I think that's what really kind of lost her the election in ways, because after that first debate, I didn't think she could lose whatsoever, and I didn't think Trump had any chance ever of winning, but here we are again, he's won it again.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I just hope America can get back to a bit of more kind of coming together and get back to its kind of values, instead of all the kind of political fighting that kind of hopes go on. And, but yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And I think the big thing is, at the end of the day, is whoever's in charge, I don't think our lives really get affected by that much of it anyway. So I think people can believe in that, and hope we can kind of just grow from there and continue to be better.
All right. Thank you very much for your viewpoint. So go ahead and lay it on me.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to say what the changes are going to be for sure. We're definitely going to see changes in the economy, good or bad. I don't really know what to expect yet. And then definitely foreign relations. I think some countries are going to be stronger. We're going to have a lot more tensions in other countries. So it'll just be interesting to see how it plays out. I think tensions overall in the country are going to be just a little bit higher, though.
Is there anything that you are hoping to see? Well, what I'm trying to say is, do you think that there will be any positive change?
I do think cost of living will go down a little. I don't know how much it will go down, but I think it will go down. So I am hoping to see that, or I'm hoping to see inflation not be what it currently is.
Right.
So that's my biggest hope, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Now, when you mentioned that some countries won't be good, some countries will, are you talking in specific about tariffs being imposed? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
I think some countries are not going to necessarily appreciate that. I think there might be retaliation, and I'm interested to see what that does for our economy as well, and to see if that again raises our cost of living and everything like that. So
okay,
we'll see.
So overall, do you see President-elect Trump as a positive change, or a status quo, or a negative change?
Oh gosh, I think it really depends on what way you look at it. I think economically it's going to be a positive change. I think if you look in terms of foreign relations and our relationships with other countries, I think that might be negative. So it really depends on, I think, what you value to say if it's positive or negative. I think there's going to be a change no matter what. It's definitely going to be different than what we've seen the last 4 years.
And besides economics, do you see it affecting you personally?
I mean, definitely. It's, if he's appointing anybody for the Supreme Court, it's going to affect that. Ultimately, there's going to be laws that are passed that, he's going to influence. So it's going to impact me directly as well. So
okay.
We'll see. Nothing I can do about it now, so.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
Bye.
Okay.
I think that the main problem that he's going to focus on is probably going to be similar to last time, like the border. That's my main opinion. I think there's already he has a lot of support from a lot of rural communities that are very interested in advocating for like anti-immigration policy. He used talked a lot about like immigrants in his campaign. And I think mainly he'll focus. I think one of the big changes will be he's gonna keep pushing for the wall and tighter border control, which I personally, I don't know. I'm a very liberal person. I was very much for Kamala this election, so I'm not too aware of all his policies, but I know he's real heavy on border patrol or border control, and so I think that's definitely something he's gonna be pushing for. And I think the supermajority is really gonna have an impact, because a lot of presidents recently have not been too, I don't know, Trump used a lot of executive orders in his last term to do things that just got reversed whenever Biden came into office, just because he was just able to repeal the executive orders. But I'm not too sure exactly what's going to be happening in this next Trump term. I hope nothing too bad. Like I said, I'm a pretty liberal person, but I think that, what I do think will happen? I think gas prices are not going to go down like people think they will with Trump taking office. I think that's kind of an illusion of economic strength that Trump likes to portray to people who are less educated, and that people are be like, oh, Trump's in office, so he's really good with economics, he's really good with economy, he's gonna help us, he's gonna fix the gas prices, he's gonna do all this. And I don't think that's something that's gonna happen, because even though gas prices were fluctuating and not the best in Biden's economy, they definitely weren't the worst. And I think that's something that people are real advocate, real strong opinion about, that just is not going to happen. I'm not too sure what else. I think that I don't know. I think a lot of abortion stuff is going to be real relevant, even though it just Roe v. Wade got overturned, or the decision got overturned.
Well, it's left in the hands of the state.
Yeah, exactly, back to the states. So I feel like a lot of pushing for anti-abortion is going to be coming from Trump, even though it already is. But I think advocacy for that is going to increase even more now that he's in office, and that the legislators that are making the bills, have the supermajority. That's going to be, obviously can't be can't be changed to the point that it's at now, but I think advocacy for anti-abortion will probably increase over the next 2 years in Trump's term. What else?
So,
Yeah.
do you see Trump as a positive, a negative, or a neutral when it comes to your life?
You know, I'm not, like, I am obviously affected by the decisions of the president, right? As is everyone who lives in this country. I haven't been personally very affected. I think, actually, I'd say a net negative because I'm a student. I pay for my own school. A lot of the student loan forgiveness programs, Trump is very against. And so, kind of like, all of that is a net negative for me. But I think overall, it's kind of just a net neutral for me as a human. I think for my ideals, it's a net negative, just because I don't agree with the things that he pushes. I believe that he caters in order to gain the popularity of kind of Americans. He was a Democrat before he even became a Republican. Like, he caters to the audience that he knows will support him the best. And so I think it's a net negative overall for, first off, us as a country, and second off, me, like, my ideals. But I think personally it's not going to have too much, like, effect on my life, just because I'm not super high tax bracket. I'm not, like, you know, I don't think any of the bills that he's going to pass, unless detrimental to, you know, unless something I wouldn't expect him to pass, like a massive, something huge, I don't really think it's going to affect me a whole lot personally. But I do think I'd say it's a slight negative to me.
Okay, and what do you think about what other countries are going to view us as with President Trump running the country?
You know, if this was 2016, I would say they're going to view us as idiots. They're going to view us as a weak, stupid country. But I honestly think that Trump has established himself as such a strong foreign presence that other countries are kind of more afraid of us. Which, you know, like, it's like when you can become friends with people like, you know, Kim Jong-un, right? You're going to build a stronger foreign presence than, say, Biden, right? Just because Biden is he was much, like, more laissez-faire in our foreign presence, and not even laissez-faire, just less of like a strong-willed like body to represent the United States as a figurehead. But I don't know, I think that our foreign policy and kind of like our other countries' view on us is definitely stronger than it will be during the Biden administration, just due to the fact that his status as a figurehead has been created and maintained throughout these years.
Do you think that comes from a not knowing of what he would do?
Oh, for sure. I'd say it comes from that and just his charisma. He's a very charismatic candidate. He says things that, you know, he says outlandish things, and that will always keep other countries guessing. When the human being who's ruling your country is able to just say, like, make insane statements, like, it's always going to keep other countries on edge. Like, he has kind of this, like, erraticity to him that Biden or, like, a lot of our past candidates don't have, or, like, I'd say almost no presidential candidate has had in relation to at least foreign policy, where he's just so kind of erratic and almost, like, insane that it's difficult for a country to kind of just, like, count us out of anything ever, or, like, kind of just not view us as always as some, like, a minor threat, just due to the fact that his actions are so erratic.
Okay, is there anything else you would like to add?
I'd add that I don't understand how, as a country, we've come to the point to where Donald Trump is able to be our president. I think it's just kind of crazy that there's so many ignorant people and uneducated people that don't understand, like that are able to put him in that high of a position of power. And I'd say that's about it. I don't really understand the ignorance of the country, and it kind of disappoints me to see that that's, like, the general education level of the human beings that reside in the United States with me.
All right.
Those are my closing words.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
What are your thoughts?
My thought, since we have a new department, it's called DOGI, like Department of Government Efficiency, and I think they gonna fire a lot government worker, and Elon Musk is the man who charge in the doggy. So I think the size of government will be smaller, and the efficiency will be better in another area.
Can you tell me again, what is that department you're talking of?
The Department of Government Efficiency.
Oh, yes. Thank you. So you expect a smaller footprint of the government.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
What else? From the government, I'm not sure, but I can see Trump is going to make Bitcoin to be very important to government. Like they want to save some Bitcoin for government for some, I'm not sure, maybe some coin war, some financial war against China. I'm not sure.
Interesting. And do you say that because of Trump's stance when it comes to tariffs on Chinese imports?
Yeah, he's going to increase 100% for any Chinese import. So I think this is one evidence. But I think he also will give a lot of power to the AI industry. I heard that Elon Musk is going to have a spatial area for his company, and in this company he can decide to do anything without any permission. It's kind of spatial area for SpaceX, and I think if Trump agree with this agreement, like AI and flying to the space, something like this, we are going to develop faster.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you think the next 2 years are going to affect you personally?
My personal, I'm a Chinese actually.
Okay.
And Trump is against the Chinese government, so maybe it's hard for me to have a green card. Like I already got my H-1B visa, so my next step is have a green card. So maybe going to be harder. And I pay a lot attention on the crypto market, and Trump support crypto market, so maybe I can get some profit from this area since he supported.
Okay. But is that all you would like to say?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for your time and your opinion.
Yeah, so I don't know, because I see everyone on social media has gone kind of crazy about the whole election. Like some people are like, women aren't gonna have rights anymore, and this is the start of the end for women. Which I don't know about that. I feel like that's a bit of a reach. I don't really know. I don't really look into that stuff honestly too much. But I saw one of the things was to ban birth control, or not birth control, I know the abortion law as well is driving everyone mad, but didn't that literally happen in the Biden thing?
Oh no. So the Supreme Court ruled on Roe versus Wade.
Yeah.
And they said that the federal government could not dictate over a state's right. And so
yeah,
the states are the ones that get to decide whether abortion is legal within their borders.
Yeah, I don't know. People are saying like he's gonna be good for the economy, but I don't know. We'll see. That's all I want, honestly, because these prices are just crazy.
Yeah.
So if I don't really know what he's planning to do about that, but I'm just hoping that changes.
Yeah.
That's
So
what people are saying, but I don't know.
for you personally, it's all about the economy and how much you're paying for things.
Yeah, and like obviously I think everyone should have like free will to like do what they want as well, but I think everyone's just being a little bit dramatic about some things, because I feel like we do this every election. People start freaking out and like saying this stuff is gonna happen, and half the time it never happens because the president really doesn't have full control over everything. He just has influence, you know?
Right.
So I'm just hoping these prices get better and something gets changed with that, because it's just been crazy. Like, it's like the past 2 years or past 4 years, it's like everything's doubled, like tripled in price, and it's just insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We're back. We have another rider, and this is episode 2.6. Again, the topic tonight is President-elect Donald Trump, and what do you think kind of change you're going to see in the next 2 years?
Actually, I want to see the market, like the IT field right now. The IT field was too bad right now, and most of the people, they are looking for the jobs. Actually, I am also looking for the job since 3 years. Okay. And I was applying so many companies, and I was not getting any replies, anything else. I have I am from India.
Yes.
Most of the Indians, they are looking for the jobs here.
Right. Are you from North or South India?
I am from, sorry?
Are you from the South?
South.
Okay.
Yeah, South India. I am from South India. Hopefully, we will get the job. We have to see the changes regarding jobs.
Right.
And,
Right. I'm agreeing.
yeah. That's it, brother.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you think it will be a better environment for you to get a job?
Just
Why do you think that it's going to be a better environment to get a job?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Okay. So why do you think that with President-elect Trump in power, that it will lead to better job opportunities?
Actually, Trump is a businessman. Yeah.
Okay.
Compared to the another person, I don't want to say the names. Compared to the another person, he will raise that's like Indian mentality, I think so. Everybody, they trust Trump right now.
Yeah.
Maybe he will raise again the United States of America back. Let's see.
Okay.
It will happen.
Is there?
But for sure, Trump will do something.
Well, yeah.
For sure.
He'll do something.
Yeah, he will do something. That's good or bad. Definitely, he will do something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, do you think that overall, once the 4 years of Trump are up, that it will end up being a positive, a negative,
Yeah.
or a neutral for the country?
Some situations positive, some depends.
No, overall.
Overall, from my opinion, it's positive.
Okay.
From my side, just my side, because I need some issues, like I have some issues, and maybe Trump will solve. Let's see.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully.
Is there anything?
There is a God. We have to trust us, and we have to trust God. God will do anything.
Right.
Let's see.
Okay.
Yes,
Is
sir.
there anything else you would like to add?
No, No, that's it, brother.
Okay.
Maybe hopefully Trump. Let's see what will happen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it, sir.
All right. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, brother.